Hitting it.
Left.
Okay.
Don't think of nothing else but left.
Okay. Freddie Gillespie on the right. Freddie Gillespie on the left. Maceo Teague on the. I don't want to go home. Can we?
You want to walk out and come back, Dustin?
No, we're just already here.
You're fired.
I can't. Freddie Gillespie on the left. Maceo Teague on the right. Any questions?
Maceo, you seem to be back in your groove again. What was happening out there for you tonight?
Just the guys. They did a great job finding me. All the credit goes to those guys. Jerry, he had a fast break, and I ended up missing a three, but he was really looking to find me. Davion's talking to me, encouraging me on every shot that I shoot, telling me to shoot it. So it really goes to those guys.
Were you getting a little frustrated at all? You had a few games where you didn't shoot the three real well that you did today.
No, sir. Steph Curry went 30 for 100 something, and I don't think he was frustrated out there. So I try to look up to him and just try to keep shooting the ball.
In that 14-0 run in the first half, how important was it to capitalize on a couple of their turnovers by making those three-pointers?
It was very important. I feel like we stretched the lead out. I'm not exactly sure what point you're talking about, but if we went on a 14-0 run, then we stretched the lead out, and that gave us a little bit of cushion.
Freddie, so much is talking about the guards that you guys got, and talking about guards, but just talk about the inside with you and Kevin Samuel today.
He's definitely a big body, really strong. He's come a long way since last year. I think in the paint, he's maybe 76%, something crazy like that. The biggest thing was just, make him trying to, keep him out of his comfort zone, get him in places where, he doesn't feel like an offensive threat. So that's what we tried to do.
Freddie, you guys have posted your 18th straight win, obviously, incredibly talented team. What's it like to be a part of this historical team at Baylor, and especially for you because, starting out D3 level and really how much you've put into your basketball career?
It's a ride. It's really a gift from God. I think I just enjoy every part of it. I think as a team we just enjoy, spend time with each other, come to the gym, getting better. Each win feels like we're getting better with each win. We're getting closer, but it's fun.
Mason, we talked, like I said, the depth of guard you guys have. When, Jarrett was having a tough time, I don't think he scored in the first half, but you guys had something to make up for it. Their guy, Bain, didn't score in the first half, and they really didn't have somebody to make up for it. Talk about how much that makes a difference for you guys.
It makes a huge difference knowing that we can rely on guys when it's an off night or an off half for somebody. We have got other guys able to step up, and Devontae and even Matt Meyer, who came in and made a big three at the end of the half. So we got a lot of guys with depth. We got a lot of guys on our team. We have a lot of depth.
What about that alley-oop play by?
Oh, yeah. I was real happy Matt made that. It was incredible. I can't wait to see the picture on that one.
Maceo, are you the one that has those legendary weight routines, the weight workouts? Is that right? You do that after games?
I do it.
Can you describe, because I've seen Jared or whoever in there shooting after a game over and over, all you guys, but what about your weightlifting regime after games? I've just been told it's pretty amazing.
Just trying to stay strong, just trying to stay locked in for the season. It's a long season. First 2 years I was in college and played, I felt like as the season went on, my strength deteriorated. So just trying to stay strong and maintain my strength.
Freddie, y'all been really drawing some great crowds. How has that affected y'all?
It's always nice to have a home crowd and, we make a nice play, hear the cheers. But I think for us, we just love all the support. But, for us, it's not really, about the crowd. We were thankful for it, don't get me wrong. But I think for us, we're out there, we're just trying to, play for each other. And I think that's what makes, when people watch us, that's what makes it seem so fun is that we're out there playing for each other.
Freddie, y'all number one in the country, but you're winning with defense, with hustle. You got a bandit on your head. You're playing with a busted head.
Yeah.
Would you say this team prides itself on playing with an edge with a blue-collar mentality?
Definitely. It's something that we mention probably every single day. And I think if I'm correct, do we have any 5 stars on our team? No. Okay. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But we have guys that transferred, came from JUCO. I came from D3. Guys that may have been kind of overlooked. So we pride ourselves on working hard and doing the work that other people may think is that they're too high for or too good for. That's what we pride ourselves on doing.
Mason, talk about that. There are transfers or guys that are coming. Talk about how this group has come together.
We came together, I really feel like, because we had to work hard, and the place that we work hard is at the gym. And every time I go in there, I see Davion, Jared, Devontae, Freddie, John. I see those guys literally every single time I go in there. And, you just kind of build a relationship. Some of the best memories I have with the guys is after a workout, after a really hard workout, we sitting in the locker room, we're talking, sitting in the gym, we're talking, and the workout ended at 3 o'clock, and you look up, it's 4:30, and we're just sitting there bonding, chopping it up, and that builds a lot of trust and a lot of chemistry. And I feel like those memories and those moments right there is what really helped our team come together.
Was there a moment, I'll ask both of you, was there a moment when y'all felt like that chemistry was kind of together? I mean, was it with the wins? Was it early in the season? Was it now? I mean,
Would you
both
that camping trip? Would you say that? That camping trip?
Oh, no. It wasn't that. It wasn't that for
Let me
sure.
hear that.
No, man, that happened last year.
We went out to the woods, and they were like, they said we were going what was it like? They just said,
Retreat.
retreat. So we all got on the bus, and then we pull up, and it's the woods, and they said, give us your phones. And then we get out there, and they just said, here's some tents, and we spent a long week in the woods. So
It was actually not my least favorite thing that I've done since I've been here. But no, I think it took a lot of time, though. It didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of workouts, a lot of time talking to each other, speaking to each other, going out to dinner, and workouts, seeing what each other likes to do on the floor, and one-on-one, 5-on-5 pickup. It took a long time for us to get here. It doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. But I feel like at this point in the season, we're coming together, and we're still building chemistry, and we still have a lot of potential left.
You didn't lose anybody in the woods either, did you?
No.
Thankfully.
Freddie, you guys are undefeated in the continental United States. Thinking back to the Alaska, the Washington, that loss.
Yeah.
18 straight now. What happened after that? Was there a moment there where things snapped and we said we're not losing again?
Yeah, I think when you find out that you are beatable, or you lose, you want to learn from it and get better. I think that's what happened. This team's competitive. Everyone on here, from even though Obim is one of the most competitive people, so he keeps practice competitive. So I think after that, no one likes to lose. We took a look in the mirror and said, okay, some people can beat us, so we have to work even harder and really try and stick to our principles, and that's what we've done.
Freddie, you got a quick turnaround and go to K-State. How tough is that to get refocused?
I think the close games are easier because you really don't really kind of step out of it. You kind of just stay focused through the next day, and then after this you got to think about your nutrition, getting sleep, and then make some shots up tomorrow morning, and so you kind of just go through it. So it's not too big of an issue. It's like too big of a thing that we think of. I think it's harder when you play on Monday and then you don't play again until Saturday.
Hey, I got a special treat for you guys. We bringing in the original Nightmare.
Oh, hey,
Yeah!
let's have some fun.
So how about we do this? Because once I turn the mic over to him, that's when the real information starts pouring out. So how about I go first, and then I'm going to sit back and relax and listen to him. As far as today's game, typical Big 12 game, I thought TCU, they're never going to beat themselves. Coach Dixon always does a great job in getting his teams ready to play, and I thought Bain got a little hot in the second half, and we did a good job down the stretch, but he's a heck of a player. And on the 175th birthday, setting the record for the longest streak is a heck of an accomplishment, especially in parity in college basketball today, when everybody knows you check the scores no matter what league, rankings don't matter. It's really hard, and proud of our guys.
Like you said, Bain came alive for them in the second half, but Butler struggled as well in the first half, didn't win scores in the first half. But you guys seem to have the depth to kind of overcome that, whereas they weren't able to do that. Was that?
Well, I think that's a blessing, having four great guards, and one can have a bad night, two can have a bad night, you still can win. So definitely the depth. You don't put together streaks unless you have depth, because not everybody's on every night.
Scott, how good was it to see Maceo shoot like that?
I loved it, and I thought our team did a good job getting them the ball during that stretch.
Coach, the last 3 minutes of the game, you go on an 8-0 run, you hold TCU scoreless the last 4 minutes. Talk about closing out the game today.
Well, I think Davion really, with that steal at half court, did a great job right there in making sure that we kept them at some distance, because as we all know, leads in college basketball evaporate real quick. And that's one thing I think you'll learn during the course of the year. You see you're in close games, and from Butler to Villanova to Oklahoma, Washington, hopefully you learn and you do a better job operating and controlling what you can control during those moments. And I thought Jared made some really big buckets down that stretch too.
Coach, you mentioned Washington and that loss, 18 games ago. Was there ever a moment after that we're not going to lose again, or what did that do for you?
Well, I mean, I'd love to say that, but the reality is when you're playing this competition every night in college basketball, you're probably going to lose at some point. That's why no one's been undefeated since, what was it, IU in '76 or something? So I know San Diego State's on a heck of a run right now, but it's really hard to, I mean, we just try to control what we control. You can't make every free throw. You can't make every shot, but we're trying to make sure that, like, we took care of the ball second half with only 3 turnovers. And we shared it with 15 assists. So when we share the ball and don't turn it over, we're pretty good.
Scott, I was asking your guys about this. You know, you've had transfers. You've got guys that have come in, Freddie D3. We've got junior college guys transfer. The way this team's come together, when did you kind of sense this group would come together like it has?
Well, I think you always hope for the best. But at the same time, you know, there's reality, and reality is, I mean, with injuries, illnesses, and just the adversity and success, and the players dealing with that, the pressures they have to deal with from family, from friends, to people that try to get in their ears. So the whole year is a constant. It's like a constant adjustment. So you find something working, and then it doesn't work, and then you got to find something else.
Scott, did y'all use a bunch of different guys on Bang to try to wear them down?
Yeah, we could have put 6 or 7 on them during that one stretch. I don't know if it would have mattered.
You've been one before, number one. I had to go to West Virginia. A lot of times it's a schedule too, but you've handled it much better. You're better.
Mm-hmm.
Could it ever be a burden? You'd like to be number one at the end of the year, but could be ranked number one. This team seems like it's not. They kind of love it.
I think it's a great honor. It's a great platform, and it's a great opportunity to share with the nation what Baylor's about. And I'm proud of the guys, how they've handled it. At the same time, as a coach, if you're ever playing against the number one team, do you need to motivate? Absolutely not. I mean, not many people ever have a chance to be the number one. So you're going to get their best game, and no motivation needed. And it's hard for your team each and every night to have that commitment level. And we've been blessed to have that so far.
Coach, TCU had 12 offensive rebounds with just 2 second chance points. Do you feel like the defense locked in on the offensive boards?
Well, credit TCU for doing a good job on the glass. I was a little disappointed because normally we're a little bit better margin-wise. I was pleased with our execution with conversion. What was it, like you said, 11-2, but the overall number 12-12. Normally we do a little bit better job. So credit TCU. They were number one in conference in defensive rebounding coming in, so they do a good job being physical.
Freddie was saying he doesn't mind these quick turnaround rounds to money. What's it like on you?
Oh, I mind them. Players like to play. Coaches, I mean, right away you want to make sure that your team's prepared. So, like K-State's first time we've played them. So, how many games they've played? 20. So, literally, you have 20 games you can watch if you want to. So, then the next question is, what's too much information? So you gotta make sure that you're giving them where they're playing and not thinking. But it makes it where there is no celebrating after a win. There's no going out with the family eating. It's to the film room.
Coach, for those of us who haven't been down here, is this kind of the environment you expected being number one, and has the fan base really kind of turned this into a hostile environment?
Well, definitely today the fans gave us a great boost, and at the end of the day, there's so many different things for fans and people to choose from, and the luxury of staying at home and watching it on TV. And to us, the biggest message is by you coming, you affect the game. So you can watch it, which is great, but if you come, you actually can affect it, and I truly believe that. So we're very appreciative of those that came today.
Scott, we've talked about the defense. I mean, but you guys are 10-0. You haven't given up more than 63. I think this was a 6 Big 12 opponent you've held under 55. Just talk about just how that's just made so much of a difference for you guys.
Well, defense gives you a chance to win each and every night, but offense and defense go hand in hand. If we're turning it over, that means we're in transition defense, which probably means they're scoring. And if we're taking quick shots, bad shots, they're in transition, probably means they're scoring. So really, it's always it's both components working together. And we have some outstanding defensive players with the Naismith midseason. You had Davion, you had Mark, top 15 defensive players. I think you could add Freddie, and we got 1 or 2 getting close to where their names could be mentioned.
Coach, speaking of that, Freddie's defense today, Kevin Samuel's a big guy, but Freddie had a double-double. held Kevin to just 7 rebounds today. How big was he down low?
He was tremendous. It wasn't Epeudo like because that would have been a triple double. But I'll let him talk about that later. And but I know Freddie, you're just always pleased with him because he gives you everything that he has, and again never complains. He didn't get cut, no stitches today. So I think you guys wanted to ask about K-State before I pass it over to Ep. Is there questions on K-State?
Well, you mentioned it's a quick turnaround and you haven't seen them. Have they changed much, or are they who you always thought they would be?
Actually, I will really have to watch film before I answer that intelligently. But Coach Weber teams, first of all, are going to play hard. They're going to be fundamentally sound, and you're gonna have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. And I know they've been playing a lot of close games, and they've been playing better basketball early in the year. I think they had a lot of newer guys, and it takes time to blend and adjust and gel. And I don't know if they had some injuries, but Coach Weber always has his guys competing, and that's why he's a tremendous coach. And they have a lot of talent there. It's a tough place to play. Anytime you got a name like the Octagon of Doom, you have to have something. So I know we'll be excited.
Coach, how much of an advantage is it to have so much experience going to play something like that on the road?
Most definitely. If you don't have experience, then you're trying to coach every play. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that, I mean, when you get 15,000 screaming fans at you, if you haven't been in that situation before, you haven't seen it in that situation, a lot of times you don't listen to coaching anyway. You just kind of just play, and usually when you just play, it's a wrong shot, wrong pass. So you got to have experienced guys. So when the crowd gets loud, you take good possessions offensively and defensively.